Another day, another video. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we are watching Peaky Blinders. This is episode 3 of season 5. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the first 2 episodes. So Michael, he is now in Birmingham and he has brought his wife with him. She's announced that she's pregnant, so that means that pretty much every single person that we know, John, Arthur, Tommy, now Michael, have all had a baby, are going to have a baby. Now, interestingly, obviously, his loyalties were questioned. As soon as he got off the boat, Arthur was there and Polly, staring him straight into the face, directly into the eyes, asking him where his loyalties lie and what did he actually say on that boat. Now, he didn't really express or reveal too much information to them, but he ended up getting taken to the garrison where Tommy was waiting. All the pistols was obviously unloaded and put to the side, and it was a conversation between both of them. Tommy was like, what did you say on that boat? He ended up saying that on there, you know, he was stood there, he was waiting to get married, and then some Scottish come on, Billy Boys, he said that they was called, and they started chanting and he was saying stuff, and then the IRA come on and he grabbed Michael and he pulled him away, and that is where obviously he got the phone call. Tommy got the phone call, and Tommy said, okay, he believes him, but he's lost him a hell of a lot of money, and now it's time to obviously pay up. He's going to work for the business. He's going to have to do jobs for Tommy, and he's going to have to repay the debt that he has lost. You know, you got to respect it, really. He did lose a lot of money, and the fact is they've not welcomed him back. He's got to earn that trust again, but, you know, he didn't really receive much of a punishment. And we've seen the Billy Boys, mate. They was not messing around. Abraham Gold was in the forest. He was camping out with his son, and he ended up getting shot. Then the Billy Boys come in. There was loads of them. They ended up grabbing his son. They tied him up onto a cross and shot him straight in the face, mate, literally, while Abraham Gold was there laying on the floor staring up at him. Absolutely ruthless it was. And then he put a note in his pocket for Tommy. Tommy also had a threat sent kind of to him as well at his house. Out in the field, there was another cross with a scarecrow on it, just like what happened to Abraham Gold's son. Tommy went out there to check the note. He said obviously to Thomas Shelby, and then as he was walking away, he noticed that there was loads of mines all over the floor, and they're setting up traps all over. Charles come running out. Tommy started screaming. He chased after him. He grabbed him, took him inside. Tommy went back outside with the gun, boom, 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 mate, blowing them all up. And you know, it's interesting because now the threat has been established. Now we know who's coming after Tommy, and it is the Billy Boys. And so far, you know, they've been ruthless, absolutely ruthless. So I'm excited to see where we go from here. Tommy, yeah, I think the last episode was called Black Cat. He's been having a dream of a black cat, and he's been saying that when you have these dreams, it means that people are circling. They're getting ready to take your seat. If they think that you're weak, somebody's ready to take, you know, that crown. And he doesn't know who is it. You know, is it going to be Arthur? Is it going to be Polly? Is it going to be Michael? Who is circling him, ready to take his spot at the head of the table? So I'm excited to see as well. I think somebody is going to, and I hope actually that somebody is trying to, because I do love a sacrificial lamb. I love it when somebody gets killed. Oh my God, mate, I didn't expect that. That's what I like to see. And maybe it's Polly who's trying to take him. I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there. But also somebody inside of Parliament as well. I think his name was like Oswald or something. He's showing some interest in Tommy. He was talking about the Irish and maybe expanding out into like maybe businesses and stuff like with him. Ada was there as well, but she didn't really like his vibe and they both left. So it is really interesting, and honestly, I can't wait, obviously, to see how Abraham is going to obviously react to the Billy Boys killing his son. We already seen him that he brought one of the, I forgot his name now, like Johnny in, like to Tommy's house. You know, he thought that he was possibly the person that set him up and obviously passed the information over, so he was gonna, you know, he was gonna kill him in front of Tommy, but obviously Tommy ended up talking him down, and he was like, look mate, we need everybody together and united here. We need to be a strong team and we need to go after them. So again, it is going to be very entertaining. So thanks for checking out today's video. If you do enjoy it, please smash a like, it really helps out. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, let's jump in to episode 3 season 5 of Peaky Blinders.
Delivered us from evil. May I ask what this meeting is about?
The Grace Shelby Foundation is the biggest single source of funding for this charitable institution. There is God, and there are the Peaky Blinders. This is Spark Hill and Small Heath. We're much closer at hand than God.
Mr. Shelby, your own sins are legend.
Our sins against the black child who hanged herself for fear of your temper.
I do not see how.
And put them on.
How wonky are these going to be now?
Look at me! Funding withdrawn.
Oh, funding withdrawn.
All children to be taken into our own institutions.
You have no say in where the children.
If I come for you, I will wear high heels so you can hear my approach on the cobblestones and have time to repent.
Yo, she looks cool in that hat, mate. Literally, I like how her frizzy hair's coming out on it, mate. She's well intimidating. That's what I want Gina to be. That's what I wanted Esme and Ada to be. Obviously, we've gone down different avenues with them, but that is what I wanted, mate. You know, I do love it, a bit of female dominance, and like, that was good. Now, you know, regardless of your opinion on Tommy and whether like you think that he does the right thing by taking the Peaky Blinders up and elevating them, whether it's through the crime and the drugs and obviously the imports, like, you have to respect as well that he does have good intentions in certain situations, and like this one's a prime example. Do you know what I mean? And I don't know if it's because obviously now Ada's having a mixed race child that he's showing his attention towards, you know, more of the equality sort of side of it, because two of the things that he just brought up there was obviously there was a mixed race girl and she had to clean herself with a different colour soap, and then there was another girl that ended up killing herself because obviously she was scared of them. And I don't know, obviously, like I said, if he's now showing a bit more interest in, because that's going to kind of be like, you know, a part of his family sort of thing, having a mixed race child, or the fact that just in general that people shouldn't be abusing kids, because he shouldn't, mate. That is literally the worst of the worst, and I like what he's just done there. That was a really good scene.
Happy birthday, Paul.
You got grand in the whole shit, Paul.
Golly, pour some beer, eh? The man we're going to speak to in London is establishing a relationship with Jimmy McCavan, so cancel your appointments. Clean that shit off your shoes before you get in my car, eh?
Martin, they will give it until the case is proven, and then they'll take it.
Because Albert Armagold is in love with you. He even got an haircut. 45 years old and still breaking hearts, eh? Yeah. It's a folly.
It's a Polly. Right, let's be honest, right? Michael has got to know that this is going to happen. Like, he is going to get bullied and picked on and teased for time. And then once it stops, that's when you're starting to be accepted again. Do you know what I mean? The fact that he's still there and all he's doing is just taking a bit of the piss out of him. Do you know what I mean? He's got off loose, mate. He has got off loose.
Very nice, Tom. Although I must say, I thought your office would be bigger than this.
It will be. The man we're about to meet is the devil.
He's high up as well.
Send him in. I understand you know a man called Jimmy McCavan.
May I take a cigarette?
Oh, look at that disrespect.
He runs the East Glasgow shipyards. He killed an associate of mine. I want to know what your strategy is.
Michael Gray. You lost all your cousin's money in America playing the fool. And poor old Arthur Shelby, standing there at the window, is afraid his wife will never return. His spies tell me she's been seen with another man. You, in particular, I need. Don't imagine I would trouble myself with turf wars. You have many enemies. Shuffle the pack and pick another card.
Yo, I liked that encounter, mate. That was decent.
Do not let them get inside your head. Exactly how these people work.
The fuck are these people? The fuck are they?
We're a brand new political party.
Right, you know what I mean? Arthur is low-key like my favourite. Like, Tommy's my favourite, but he's the main character, and it does peck me head sometimes, like when you pick the main character. Clearly, like, it's the Peaky Blinders, but it's all Tommy's story, but it's like the originals. Absolutely loved the originals, and obviously like Klaus was the best, but like Elijah was just right there. His brother wasn't you know, Elijah's story, but he was just right there and he was so good. I just love every scene that Arthur's in, mate. He's so good. Whether it's fighting, whether it's emotions, whether it's with Linda. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think he's great. And now, is Linda cheating on him? Now, if she is, mate, she's messed up there. Like, what does she think's going to happen if you know, like, she cheats on Arthur? You think that he's just going to let it go down easy? No, mate. That guy's getting killed. You're probably getting killed. Do you know what I mean? I just think he said that to rattle him, to be honest. But because I did say last episode, I always think that Linda has Arthur's best interest at heart, and she always tries to deter away from the violence as well. So, like, I don't know, man. But this guy's just obviously invited Tommy to be the deputy leader of the a new political party, which is going to be interesting, because I'm assuming that this MOSLEY guy is going to be the guy who's leading it. But also, I really liked what he said, that you know, you got a lot of enemies, and you know, I won't get myself involved in a little turf war, so I think it's time to get a deck out and shuffle the cards again. Mate, that was a 6A and I really enjoyed that.
I've been talking to the friends. Quakers, friends who meet at the meeting house in Bourneville.
And what do they say?
They say I've been led astray. They heard my name was Shelby and suddenly they were too busy.
To divorce a Shelby man, you have to go to a
Oh,
solicitor
she wants to divorce him, maybe.
I chose this life. It didn't choose me.
Also, Lizzie, one of the friends is a man. He has a daughter.
And you're considering making this daughter an orphan.
Innit?
Nothing has happened.
Nor
Fuck
would.
it, innit? He's getting killed. Innit? I just said that, literally.
God is every filthy word and my head knows every dirty thing.
Friends don't use filthy words.
If I fall this time, I'll fall all the way.
You don't get what you deserve, you get what you take.
See what I'm saying, mate? The way they're talking, it's like they want to dethrone Tommy. Do you know what I'm saying? But I did say last episode that she was speaking, she was going on like, oh, this is mine, this is my house, my. It's like, it's not, mate, it's Tommy's. You come into this, you know, you've had nothing and you've been accepted in, and now it's partly yours, but it's not yours, it's Tommy's. That's what I was saying. She kind of said it there as well, like, I chose this life. I knew what I was getting myself into. Do you know what I mean? Like, I come from sleeping with 7 men a day. Now I'm learning how to straddle a horse or whatever she just said. It's like, yeah, exactly. At least you acknowledge it. But it feels like the women want to try and dethrone the men, which, again, I ain't got no problem with. I just think that once you start that, you get caught, you get killed. I say that with anyone. It could be his brother, his uncle, his cousin. It could be himself. Do you know what I mean? Like, go against the family, you die when you get caught. But while you're doing it, it's exciting.
I've come to take you to the clinic. Already told Michael, my husband, or no one.
I've got a car.
I had my checkup 3 days ago.
If they had told me that baby had died inside of me, I would have wanted someone with me.
So when will Mum be home?
She said she had to go to Birmingham. Do you want me to cook you something?
Cook? You're a man.
That's mad, that, isn't it?
At school, some of the children say that black people and Jews are worse. Mr. Hudson, he calls my friend a little Jew boy. I think I don't want you to be my dad, because my dad's white, and he's in heaven.
Oh, he kind of... Oh, mate, he was kind of a bit racist there, wasn't he? Like, he said it in a nasty way.
I'm 45 today. I'm probably a bit older than that. I've dealt death. Now death has dealt with me. I have one more killing to do, and I'll be done.
Do you reckon she likes him? I don't know why. They would be a pretty good power couple, to be fair.
Get a car and a driver. Find out where the Fury family are camped. My hunting rifle, 50 bullets, going to Scotland.
Wanting to get that final kill like Arthur last season.
I decided to tell you she'd be late.
You knew I'd be here?
Yeah, we knew you'd be here. Here's some business for you.
Any business I have with you, Mr. Shelby, is meant to be strictly confidential.
Michael, you still have shit on your shoes. My associate here can evidently smell it.
I don't mean any offence. I'll find Carl. By the time that baby draws his first breath, you and I will be done.
And you will be king.
There are doctors in London now and talk their way into your head, dig out all the shit. Perhaps you should see one. Mosley wants you as his deputy.
His constituency is Smethwick, borders me own. He wants Birmingham as a stronghold. He knows I've strong support among working people.
Mr. Shelby, I have a very specific brief. My brief is specifically to gather information on the activities of communists.
Superior in the intelligence unit is Colonel Patrick Wyatt.
Listen to me. Forget about Ada.
Forget about weddings. You know what Mosley represents. I'm planning to reply to him and tell him that I make it up my mind. But in the meantime, you need to give me instruction. I can fight him on my own if I have to.
I suppose there are a few things I can do on my own initiative.
Isn't it?
I thought you were staying over in London.
Hello, Johnny. You managing?
Just about, Tom.
Yeah, good. Is it Maisie or is it Clara? Ah, Sandra. Everything Johnny said is lies. Johnny.
While you was gone, I got a message, Tom. A cousin of Aberama Gold. He said Aberama wants you to know that he's gone to Scotland to deal with his business himself.
Need you to go and find Aberama Gold.
Stories. They don't even use words to fucking talk. Just hand gestures, you fucking hound.
You will go to them and you will find him. Sit in a car with Arthur and follow the patron to find the Fury family. Arthur will take care of everything that requires bones.
You know what? I'm going to clap that they didn't actually think that he was the traitor in the last episode. I know that, obviously, he acknowledged that he didn't believe him, but you never know, do you? It could be just a spur of the moment thing. But it is true, mate, you know. He is a loyalist. I think I said it in the earlier seasons. He does anything Tommy asks him. He's in pain right now or just managing. Yeah. but he's still going out and doing the missions. Whatever Tommy says he does, mate, you need people like that on your side. You know, you've got Curler, he's always doing everything as well. You know, you've got Charlie as well, and you've got him. All of them, whatever Tommy asks, even if they want to or don't, and he might kick up a fuss here and there and say, fucking hell, Tommy, like this again, that again, it's bad. They'll do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you need those people on your side. I actually like him as well. I think he's pretty funny. Now, the interesting thing is, yeah, I knew that Polly was going to go and speak to Abraham, but I thought that was part of Tommy's plan. But I didn't know that it wasn't part of Tommy's plan, that they would extract him from the hospital and take him to his family. Now, obviously, she took him there and said, look, mate, we've got a plan in motion. He'd bring you here. You have to wait, settle down. Tommy will deal with it. But obviously, he's just gone there and was like, nah, sack this, get my weapon, get my rifle. We're on, mate. 50 bullets. We're going to Scotland. We're dealing with it ourselves. Now, obviously, that whole scenario and segment of Polly taking him to that place wasn't planned, which I think is really interesting. And like I said, mate, when she picked up the rolls and she looked at it, yeah, I said they'd be a good power couple then. And like Tommy was saying, love. Well, it can't be love because it's Polly, which is funny, it is true. But again, mate, you know, now they're going after him. They're going to send Arthur with... I don't know. I feel like they need to come, the Billy Boys need to come back into Birmingham, and the scrap needs to be there where Tommy could be involved as well.
I only came because Michael's driving back from London and he said he didn't want you to be on your own.
Whose idea was the gift of freedom? They want to take Michael and the baby to New York.
Michael wants you to come with us. We can all live in Long Island, right on the beach.
You see, we all try and get away, but we never do.
I'm an American. We don't just go round and round and round. We go in a straight line. And my baby will be born in New York.
We're looking for popular speakers for our upcoming rally. You're making quite a name for yourself in the Commons.
Bottle of champagne, Betty.
You'll drink it on your own.
That's the idea. Shall we sit down, Miss Eden? Revolution. The bubbles, they rise to the top. Each bubble has the same chance to rise.
That is a very peculiar form of socialism.
That is sick what he's just said there.
Fascism is the subject of the rally. I want you to speak against it.
I cannot address your rally because it's not part of the current strategy.
He's got so much going on in his head, hasn't he?
I'll break your heart.
Francis said Linda was here today.
Frances has a very specific loyalty, doesn't she?
Yeah, she's sick, ain't she?
Then you'll know I called a solicitor. He said he'd represent me, but I put the phone down. There and then I made a decision. You said in your head you still pay for it. So I've decided to continue to take the payment and balance my heart against my head as though it were a book of accounts.
You belong to me. My property. No one touches my property. Everything is mine. Betty. Everything.
Yo, mate, I love what she just said there about, you know, well, he just said about Francis that everybody's loyal to the employer, you know, to the people that pay the bills. And then she kind of said that about him as well, you know, she's having a conversation with like her head and heart, and then she was saying that like she's loyal because of like Tommy pays, like basically she was saying, mate, she's still loyalist because she's getting this house, she's getting this life and everything. And it's true, mate, you know, I would get with like some old granny me, no joke, right, if she was a millionaire and she was giving me the best life ever. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, literally, I get where she's coming from. I love it. Now, talking about shillings, yeah, there's a house up for auction or something right near mine. I'd done an interest in it, and I got the deed, and I was reading through it. I can't even understand it, mate. The writing that they do in back in the day, the deed was first drawn up in 1819. That was when it was first drawn up, so the house is well old, like over 200 years old. And like, I can't even understand what they're writing, but I can make out inside it that the person that first bought the house over there bought it for something like 2.5 shillings or something crazy. If you think about it now, it's like 250,000, and it's mad. Like if you look as well, like you say, back in 1890, this is obviously set in 1929. It's just mad how money's totally changed. Now I like how she said about Tommy as well, you know, if you're gonna be with us, you be with us, but like you don't sleep with anybody like 2 days or something like between us, and like nowhere near any of the days that you've touched your kid's hand. I understand, but I haven't seen Tommy cheating her at all, I don't think. Like, from what I recall, I can't even remember him cheating on her.
Francis was right. Linda was here today.
Oh, fuck.
I need you to go to Scotland and bring back Abraham Gold.
I'll keep calling you, Tom. I'll call this number back. I'll jump in my fucking car and I'll drive to your house, you know I will. I'll stay there all night if I have to. I won't go nowhere. Not Scotland.
I don't have an address. She's with the Quakers in Bourneville. There is someone who is a friend. Just talk to him and get a message to Linda.
Hey, he knows the score. The guy's getting killed or beaten to close to death anyway.
Arthur makes his own decisions. Marry or Shelby, you stay fucking married.
That is just, it's honestly so true, Matt. I said that before.
Linda Shelby.
If you're her husband, she doesn't want to talk to you.
Oh. I mean, that's not too bad for Arthur. What's that he's doing? Choking him? Not even moving now.
There is good in my heart. There is good in my heart. These hands belong to the devil. The fucking devil.
They're lucky, aren't they, that there's no... Oh, he's through his hat there. I'm saying no like CCTV or anything back in the day.
Load the man, we want it all. Who's we? Me and Johnny Dogs.
So it's you and Johnny Dogs against Scotland. Curly Arthur is going to Scotland, so he needs hand grenades.
Give me some hand grenades, Curly, eh?
I like how he's like... I like how he's like, fucking hell, it's like it's normal. Glasgow.
That's them, the Billy Boys.
Oh, the Billy Boys.
You have just crossed the border into the county of East Toll Cross. And other criminally minded individuals are not allowed to walk the roads of our Protestant district. My own boys will be taken off from here. And your transportation. I have the keys.
Yes. They thought this absolutely sick and got dominated, every one of them.
There's a bullet, and on it is carved the name McCavan. And when the time comes for his crucifixion, it will be me who drives in the nails.
It's well good. Do you know what I mean, right? Them guys turned up like they was fucking king of the hill, cocky bastards, right? And every single one of them got dominated. Not one of them won their one-on-one fight. It wasn't as if 3 of them... Like, it wasn't as if when Aberama was there with his son, yeah, that about 10 of them come in and he didn't have a chance. It was 1v1, v1, 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 v1. All of them lost. Not one of them beat the man that he was up against. All got dominated. I love it when somebody turns up, yeah, we're going to take all your vehicle. No, you're not. You're getting fucking smoked, mate. All of them literally got dominated. So now it's good, mate. I do like it when they well, this one is interesting. You know, the first time they should have killed Aberama because it was obvious that he's going to come. You think that anybody's going to let it lie that you killed their kid and then he's just going to not going to come after you? No, you got to be stupid to think that. And obviously he's coming. Now I like how he's doing the same with them. He's going to leave some alive to go back and let him tail between the legs and say they come in, get them paranoid. Do you know what I mean? That was some good stuff.
You were in the yeomanry, yes?
Cavalry.
You won the Distinguished Service Medal. That will help.
When will you resign from the Labour Party?
The day before I announced the formation of my new party.
I have some conditions.
It really isn't going to be that kind of relationship.
Oh, he's trying to take the position of power that, you know, Tommy's going to have no conditions.
We are avenging an unprovoked attack on members of our organization. Our enemies are gypsies, so proceed in any manner you choose to find the fugitive we seek.
Morning, Mr.
Look how fast he found him.
The Billy Boys are coming for you. Bentley outside, the engine running. Fastest engine in the world, apparently, which is good. We got 2 minutes to get out of here.
We are officers of the East Lanarkshire Special Constabulary. We are seeking a man by the name of Aberama Gold. Hand the gentleman over, and no one else will be harmed.
Oh, hey, the grenade, the pin's getting pulled as it goes. Only one's going to die, but still got one.
So, Tommy Shelby, it's what you want, it's what you shall have.
Hey, the flames in his eyes look really, really good then. That was decent. I like how Aberama Gold smoked some of them off, though. That was good as well. They thought it was well good, didn't they? They annoyed me, and I like how he stood up for himself and took them out. Now, Arthur's found him just like that. Do you know what I mean? Literally, it didn't take him long, did it? Bentley's there on the way back to Birmingham. Now, it's interesting that Tommy obviously reacted in the way he did when he found out that Aberama went up there. I thought that he gave Polly the instructions to go and extract him from the hospital and drop him off with his people just so he can recover, while obviously Tommy puts a plan in motion and obviously goes after him. But no, that wasn't the case. It seems like she went a bit rogue. she done that out of off her own back, and then obviously he's gone up there. And to be honest, he took a few out, and I can't blame him for that. Now, in terms of the reaction here, and obviously them fighting, that obviously probably wasn't Tommy's intention at the start of the episode to choose war, but the fact that Abraham has gone up there, Polly's let him free, and obviously he's had to send Arthur, that's something that he's obviously had to accept, and obviously he knows that that's going to happen, that they're going to have to draw some blood somewhere, and they're going to have to obviously entice a war between them. Now, I think it's really interesting that MOSLEY, you know, had that little meeting with Tom, and Tommy was like, look, mate, you know, before I decide to join your constituency, like, there's going to be a few things that we need to run over. And then he's like, no, mate, it's not going to be one of them relationships. Just take your cigar and smoke it. And just got one out of his own pocket because Tommy didn't bring one. Or he might have, but he didn't give it out, and he gave it him instead, as if to say, I'm the captain now. You're just a person that's working below me. I make the rules, I call the shots, and you just do as I say. Kind of like Tommy does with the Peaky Blinders, but this guy's trying to take control of Tommy. So that, again, mate, is really interesting, because we haven't seen it before where Tommy's kind of been in a position where he's not the commander, he's not the person running it, and obviously he's being kind of dictated to by, obviously, MOSLEY. Now, again, he's got his own agenda against it. He wants to work against him, doesn't he? He's obviously gone to, obviously, the guy who's been sent there, the soldier, the one that's got Ada pregnant, and he's asked, can he sanction something that he can work against him, kind of like take him down for the inside, pretty much. And it seems like he's obviously been given that order. As he got the phone call, he was saying, yep, mate, you know, January the 1st, he's going to be, I don't know, I can't remember what he said. He's going to be something anyway. The guy's going to obviously, like, renounce his, or resign from the Labour Party. He's going to run his own, it was like the BUF, the British Union of Fascists or something like that. And, you know, Tommy's going to be second in command on that one. But obviously he's got the go-ahead that he's been given the orders. He's all right to kind of self-destruct it, destroy it, go after it from the inside. So again, mate, I thought it was interesting. It was decent. I like this episode, if I'm being honest. And now obviously we've got obviously 4, 5 and 6 to come. Now there's going to be war against the Peaky Blinders, so to speak, as you know, the Billy Boys have just said. Maybe there's crazy action coming in the next few episodes. Okay, and that's going to wrap up today's episode. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. So, very interesting. You know, it looks like Linda, she hasn't cheated on Arthur, even though it's kind of insinuated, but it looks like she's considering a divorce. But as you can see, once you marry a Peaky Blinder, once you marry a Shelby, you always stay married to a Shelby. Like, even when she was talking to Linda, when she was talking to Lizzie, you know, she was saying, look, mate, you know, if you even consider getting with this guy, he's dead. You know, his kid's going to be an orphan. And that is so true. Do you know what I mean? If she ever goes to Arthur and says, look, mate, I'm leaving you for this guy, that guy's dead. Well, he is dead. You know, even when Tommy said that he didn't have a relationship with her, they just talk. These people are talkers, not like us. He's reacted anyway. He's gone, he's killed him. Absolutely savage. Left him beaten on the floor. Now, we're not seeing Linda and where she's gone. But, again, I thought it was really interesting. I liked how Tommy at the start of the episode went to the orphanage and withdraw the funding. The Grace Shelby Foundation obviously was the main support, the main funding of this kind of like girls' orphanage. But they've been kind of treating them and abusing them, you know, like they've been racial profiling some of the girls, and some have actually killed themselves, and Tommy doesn't want any of that, and he's obviously withdrew that funding. I thought it was interesting that Ada's kid and Freddie's kid, you know, was playing a game of chess, and he said that he didn't want that guy to be his new dad, but he was talking about obviously like Jewish people and obviously like the black people, and he was saying about you know, people say racist things and they're the worst of the worst, and the Jews and stuff like that, and he was like, what do you think, you know, what's your mind? And he ended up just knocking over the black pawn or whatever, the black you know, thing from the chessboard, and kind of said, don't want you to be my dad, and walked off. I thought, wow, that was a bit mad, wasn't it? I didn't expect that. Now, interesting again, Gina, she's pregnant, and she wants to take the baby and move to New York. She wants Michael to go with her, and Polly as well, so to lead the family business. I kind of feel like we're going down, well, not going down that avenue, but the way we've been talking about Michael and their relationship and how they've been building with Tommy and stuff, and like how he said, you know, by the time this baby is born, you and I are going to be done, Tommy. Do you know what I mean? As if like he wants to leave as well. She wants to have the kid in New York where it's going to have her family. She wants Polly to go with her so that she's there as well. So he's got 2 grandmas. Polly's been looking for a way out for ages anyway, isn't he? If you look at the the other seasons with Michael, she's always talking about leaving and fleeing. She wanted to go to Australia at one point. So if this is an opening, she has to take it. But again, you know, you never know what's going to happen between obviously the Shelby company and obviously them as well. Are they going to let them walk away, or is that just impossible when you get this far deep into it? Do you know what I mean? Now we know that Abraham has took out some of the Billy Boys and obviously made his statement that he's coming after him. They know that the Peaky Blinders are kind of like involved, and now the war's going to be, you know, even more than we've already seen. We've seen them obviously pose kind of like a little threat to Tommy by sending the Scarecrow in the mines and then obviously going after Abraham, but now they've retaliated kind of. Now it's like, you know, agreed, we're going after it. So it's going to be exciting to see obviously the retaliations between them, how Tommy's going to work his way up in the party and going to take it down, and obviously the story between Linda and Arthur and the rest of the family. If Michael and obviously Gina and Polly are going to move away, who knows, mate? There's kind of disarray between everybody, and it's going to be exciting to see. So thanks for checking out today's episode. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please smash the like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers, guys.